Welcome to class. I am not with you. I am away. I am currently picking up my uncle from the hospital, and he had hip surgery. So I decided that I would have a sub in the afternoon and record lessons. So here they are. So I thought, it might be helpful to go over homework. So obviously I don't know what questions you have from the homework, so I'm just going to guess what questions you might have. So if I go over a question that you have, then feel free to write it down, and hopefully it will be helpful to you. If I do not go over a question that you have from the homework, then you can just mark it, put a big circle around it or something like that, and I can get back to you later. But you will be turning your homework in to the substitute. So your homework yesterday was from 12.3, and I gave you a couple hints. Hopefully that was helpful on number 15. But let me give you the even answers, since you didn't have any of the even. So let's go over the even answers, 4 through 18 even. Number 4, probability of picking two vowels from the word compute. Vowels would be the E, the U, and the O. And you have 3 of them. You're picking 2. Doesn't matter what order you pick them. Anytime you pick a group of objects, like 2 vowels, then you want to use combinations. So you have 3 choose 2 divided by 7 choose 2. When you type that in your calculator, you get 0.143, which is the same as, or equivalent to 1/7. Number 6, you were asked probability of a vowel then a consonant. There are 3 vowels, so 3 choose 1. And there are 4 consonants, non-vowels, and you have 4 of those, so 4 choose 1, divided by 7 choose 2, and that simplifies to be 4/7 probability. Number 8, the odds were 1 to 5. Number 10, you were given the odds, and you had to write it as a probability. So for odds, the first number is your numerator, and then you do 6 plus 5, 6 to 5, 6 plus 5, and you get 6/11. For odds of 2 to 5, you would have 2, and then 2 plus 5, and the denominator is 2/7. Number 14, you are given a table, and it's just reading the table basically, and the answer is 3/8. Number 16, probability at least 5 states neighbor a country, and if you noticed on the homework sheet, try to give you a clue. Did you know that 21 states have at least 5 neighboring states around it? So the answer would be 21 over 50 total states. 21 over 50. And completely surrounded by water, there's only one state, Hawaii, that is completely surrounded by water. Number 15 said probability that if you pick a state at random, it is next to the Pacific Ocean. There are 5 states next to the Pacific: California, Washington, Oregon, Alaska, and Hawaii. Don't forget Alaska and Hawaii next to the Pacific. So it would be 5 out of 50. You'd want to simplify that to 1/10. And number 17, probability the state borders Mexico. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. So 4 states border Mexico. So 4 out of 50, you want to simplify that to 2 out of 25. Number 23, we did a similar question in our class notes, so it's always good to refer to the class notes to see how we do a homework problem. 12 CDs are rock, 8 are jazz, 5 are classical, so you have 25 total CDs, and Bob is picking randomly 3 rock CDs, probability of 3 rock CDs. Well, he has 12 CDs that are rock, he's choosing 3 of them, the order doesn't matter, and it's divided by 25, choose 3. On our calculator, using combinations, the answer would be 0.096, which the back of the book gave the fraction. I will accept the decimal, but the fraction answer is 11 divided by 115. So the answer is 0.096, probability 0.096. That was for number 23. For number 29, you're asked the probability of 2 jazz and 1 reggae. He doesn't have any reggae, so it's impossible for him to pick one. So the answer to number 29 is 0. It's impossible. 0% probability. It's impossible that he gets reggae unless he's God and he can create one ex nihilo. Number 50 says the odds that an American is of English ancestry are 1 to 9. What is the probability that an American is of English ancestry? So 1 to 9 is given. You have to write this as a probability. The first number goes in your numerator, and then you add the two numbers. So you'd have 1/10, or 10% chance that a randomly selected American has English in their ancestry. And let's look at 70 through 74. 70 to 72, you had to state if it's a permutation or combination. Arranging 5 books on a shelf. So number 70, arranging 5 books on a shelf. The order matters, so you use a permutation. Number 71 says arrange the letters in the word arrange. Arrange. So the order matters. You're going to use a permutation again. You could just use factorials. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters, so 7 factorial. But you have to remember to divide out repeating letters. You have 2 A's, so you divide by 2 factorial, and you have 2 R's, so you divide by another 2 factorial. And number 72, picking 3 apples from the last 7 remaining at the grocery store. Picking 3 apples, doesn't matter the order that you pick these 3 apples, and you have 7, so it's going to be a combination, 7 choose 3. And lastly, 73 says a mail-order computer company offers a choice of 4 amounts of memory, 2 sizes of hard drives, and 2 sizes of monitors. How many different systems are available to a customer? Notice you're asked how many total count, so you're counting a total. You don't have to use combinations or permutations. You have 4 memory, 2 hard drives, and 2 sizes for monitors. So you have to pick memory, you have to pick the hard drive, and you have to pick the size of the monitor. So how many options do you have for each? This is an example of the multiplication counting principle. You have 4 options for memory, you have 2 options for hard drive, and you have 2 options for monitor. So that would be 4 times 4 is 16 options that you have. You could also think of it as a tree diagram. If these are your different memory options, A, B, C, and D, you have 2 different drive options for each one. So we'll call that option 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And after you pick your monitor, each one of these you have 2 options for monitor. So how many total do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 options. I won't require that you do tree diagrams, but it makes sense if you list all the combinations. The A memory with the 1 style drive and then the number 1 monitor is 1 choice. Then you have the A memory, the 1 style drive, and a different type of monitor is the second choice. And you have 16 total choices. And the last question, 74. Whoops. Last question, 74, you have You have 4 gifts, gift bags. You're putting a different gift into each bag. You have 4 gifts. So bag number 1, how many options do you have? Well, you have 4 options, 4 gifts. Now, you've placed one of the gifts in this bag. So you have 1 fewer gift, which would mean you have 3 gifts left. And after you've placed that gift, you have 2 gifts left, and then the last bag, you only have 1 gift. So you don't really have a choice. You have 1 option for that. So that's 12 times 2 is 24 different ways that you can put gifts into bags. And thus ends the homework review. This is on YouTube, so if you need to go back and see any of the answers, you can do that. But you can now pass in your homework to the substitute. Thank you.